an awful lot of fun being had. Turn 13 doesn't seem to be as dramatic as the previous ones. Looking at it, the attack on the Allied right is pushing forward. It's hitting the French quite hard. The infantry have been badly hit, but obviously there are the cavalry behind, so I don't know how that will go. In the centre, yes, the centre has buckled. Yes, the British have taken a lot of losses. Well, actually, no, they haven't. What has been lost are a lot of the Dutch, Belgian, Hanoverians, some would say typical perfidious Albion, leaving their allies to take the losses. But the second line that is forming up behind the ridge are actually higher quality British troops. So it will be interesting to see how that goes. I think that's possibly stabilised more than I thought it would. And then over on the far side, the Prussians are definitely making themselves felt. I've been talking to French players and they have been certainly going, looking at what's coming on. There's an awful lot of Prussians coming through. They've swept to their right, linked up with the Allies. And I've noticed now the old guard are moving. So it looks like Napoleon is now making the last throw of the dice. Where are the guard going? I'll be interested to see when we get there, because it only started moving when I did my walk around. So let's do our walk around and let's see what's going on. So we can see there we've got the Prussians coming on and swinging to encircle Papillon. They're also pushing in very effectively there. They've linked up with the British forces. There's a counter-attack looking like it's starting to come in here. Get a bit of a close-up of that.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So I can see there the French or Polish lancers coming forward. There are some cavalry set to oppose them.
You're getting contact with me.
I am. It's definitely a hole in the centre there. You can see the way the French are pushed in. So let's just turn around. And we can see there, oh, it looks like the cuirassiers have caught an infantry battalion in line. That's not good news for that battalion. We've got some of the other units have formed squares. We've got a few squares there. And then we've got rather a lot of troops ready to fight back. That's interesting. So, yes, the French may have broken through. Yes, the centre was in crisis. I think it's stabilising.
Predictable. Can you measure the gap? I think
let's have a look what else we can see.
I'm guessing that's less than 17. Next one. Could you move my other battalion?
So we've got Allied cavalry coming in here. That's posing a threat. Okay, the rifles still active, but they look like they could be about to hit by cavalry. That might be an issue for the troops there, because that next wave of cavalry is coming in. But that is the last of the wave. We do have some infantry coming up. That might make a difference. Still solid here. We'll go around and we'll have a closer look at what's going on the Allied right flank. So, I'll wander around the table. I'll put it back onto this for a second. Does look like the Allies have pushed forward. They've hit the end here. So let's have a look at what's going on.
All right, okay.
Interestingly, we've got the some of the British going forward in column. Definitely an attack going in there. We've got some firefights in line. French are definitely outnumbered. I think there's a definite Allied advantage here. Now let's look at what's there to threaten them. Do you remember that cavalry reserve? Yeah. Cavalry reserve is all heading off towards the centre. Just leaving one regiment. And what's it got there? Retire one round. So I'm guessing they've been hit by artillery. Oh, interestingly, we've got some of the French troops marching to the Allied right. Okay, that's a new development. That looks like the Guard. I'll have a look at those when we go around there. The cavalry, though, are all moving off. That's the main road on the centre of the table. So they have been thrown into the battle in the centre as well. I said we were getting short on cavalry there. Yeah, looks like the plan is to throw them in there then. So let's go down towards the Prussian end of the table. We've got the French troops moving up here. Quite a bit of French cavalry. So I'm kind of guessing that what has occurred is we've moved the cavalry to this flank and pulled it from the centre, and now those cavalry are moving into the centre. So I get a distinct feeling that's what's going on. There's definitely a Prussian move forward there. That is still a thorn in the Prussian side, the building there. Obviously, we've got more buildings there. That one's also under French control. But the others are now held by the Prussians. So we'll make our way around, have a look at the last set of tables. So make our way over. So what do we have going off here? This is getting to crunch time. The Prussians are pushing forward, but the spoiling attack by the light cavalry has done a lot of good. That's really messed up, I think, the Prussian attack. So French are definitely formed that defensive line there. Young Guard might definitely end up earning its spurs for this one. We've still got the artillery there. Every time I look at it, I'm sure there's more guns now. What we have to now? 5 batteries on there. Yeah, that's getting pretty deadly. The roadblock of getting through Plancenoir, that can't have been easy. But it does give the French quite a few troops to hold out there. Over here, there's a fair few French units behind those cavalry, so that's looking pretty good. And we've got the Guard, so I think these are, yeah, they're the Old Guard. So the Old Guard are swinging to the right. Are they doing that to deploy as they go forward? You can see there, putting it in perspective, they've just come past La Belle Alliance and they're swinging to the right. So they're sort of halfway between Wellington's 2 fortifications there. Don't know what they're planning there. And then we've got the troops over here marching this way. These are also the Old Guard chasseurs in that case. I'm guessing that they're swinging round to try and deal with the Allied counter-attack. So that's a very interesting turn. Are the Allies going to be able to hold the centre? Last turn I would have probably said no, but now I've looked at what they have there, I think they're doing better than I expected. I don't know if it's enough, and particularly if the French can free up more troops to go in. We're almost getting what happened to Hougoumont, which is it's becoming a magnet. Everything is being thrown into it. Have they left themselves enough to deal with the Prussians and the Allied right? I don't know. I'm going to have to watch and see. So join me on the next live broadcast and we'll see what's happened.